physics guys on the team, but
Yeah, I mean, we have like a physics guy who's super smart, veteran, put in physics in other sports games, actually EA Sports, MMA, and we tried to, because it's not like football and it's not like MMA. There's a lot more nuances. There's a lot more size difference that we have to deal with. A lot more limbs flying around. So you start with, some super smart people, really. And, you think about the challenges that exist in creating one for a basketball game, which are a lot different than, let's say, a football game where it's about heavy hits and all that contact. For us, it's about, like arms and long limbs and making sure that, we're adjusting the look of not only their limbs, but, how it affects the actual core animation. But really, at the end of the day, it's about super smart people building super cool stuff. And not me, but really, like really smart people. Yeah.
all right, Santos.
I don't know if you call this feature, but I think the work we did on visuals this year was pretty amazing in the amount of time we had to overhaul essentially the character from top to bottom. So
Shoot the rock.
What we did with how we scan the players, how we process the data. We've got some, again, pretty smart people here who built custom hardware and rigs and pipelines to take that scan data and translate it to the most authentic looking
Let's look at this.
NBA players.
Watch this.
Yeah,
Westbrook
looks really good.
You have to show this?
We'll go into replay and show that. Actually.
More of that physics in the paint.
Let's look at this.
This is a little bit more of a competitive game than the last one.
Okay.
Maybe I should just...
Look at that. I just killed him. And then there's some physics going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that looked really good. Kind of like these Raptors uniforms, too.
Classics.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think to continue that thought on visuals is just, I think there's just so much done in terms of lighting and the character models, arenas, scanning players, and you name it. I think just the approach our team took this year and the technical team to get the vision where they're at. Pretty proud of where we landed. Just because we're going to be able to push it more and more each game. So.
Yeah.
You know what else we should talk about that we haven't touched on is really onboarding new players into NBA Live. Santos did a lot of work on the onboarding experience, and maybe Santos, just run them through what you're going to see when you pick up NBA Live for the first time and play it.
For sure. So when you boot up the game for the first time, you're going to be greeted by Damian Lillard, our cover athlete, and we thought he was really the perfect player to guide you through how to play the game. He's a great all-around player. He can dunk, he can dribble, he can shoot, he's athletic. So he essentially guides you through a series of drills in the Adidas Learn Live court, and you'll be able to learn all the basics, some advanced moves, really set you up for success when you get into your first 5-on-5 experience. I think we understand a lot of people may not be familiar with our controls. People are coming back to the franchise after a while, or coming over from the competitor. So we wanted to make sure that people understood how to play our game and get the most out of it with easily accessible controls. So it's pretty awesome. Damian Lillard actually did a lot of the voiceover for the onboarding experience. We had him in the Vancouver studio, had him record a bunch of different lines, give feedback based on, if you failed or passed the drill, he'll let you know and encourage you to try again. So we think it's a pretty cool mode to be able to experience live for the first time.
Yeah, and another impressive thing too is the visuals after you maybe you do the drill correctly, and he kind of reacts the way with success, and then if you don't, then he kind of shakes his head. Let's touch on Ultimate Team a little bit. I know we've got some designers that work heavily on Ultimate Team, but it's a really fun mode. Obviously, it's really popular with games like Madden and FIFA, but talk about kind of what's different about building a team in NBA Live.
Yeah, I think that probably the biggest addition to Ultimate Team this year is auctions. So pretty popular among some of our other sports titles. I think that'll be big hit with our fans. We've got new legends in the game that you'll be able to get. So there's some pretty cool legends from the different eras that you'll be able to play with. New fantasy challenges, to be able to, again, get rewarded through play. So lots of cool stuff happening there. And again, we'll be building on that mode even more. So look out for, post-launch content when it comes to Ultimate Team.
Okay. We got another question from the chat. This one asks, how has Dynasty mode improved?
Wow, I think the Dynasty, a lot of it is really under the hood. There's, we did a lot to the trade logic, getting the correct CBA, just all those rules that can get you the most realistic simulation out of Dynasty. So, with all the gameplay improvements and visual improvements, we wanted to make sure all the rules and logic was there for Dynasty to complement it. So, I think that's really where we invested there in Dynasty mode. But, check out our blog. There's a lot more detail.
Check out the blog. Also, another question, is there a practice mode?
We do. So as part of the whole Learn Live mode, as we talked about onboarding, you'll be able to go in one-on-one, 1-on-0, or go into a 5-on-5 scrimmage with no rules. So it's really sort of your sandbox to play, get used to the game. Maybe you try different plays, play with your favorite teams. Maybe a 1-on-0, you could practice the shot timing for certain players. So we definitely give you different venues to practice the game, or you can go back and play the drills, which is pretty cool. So.
Yeah, and I found those really helpful myself, just learning all the moves and kind of picking up on the timing that it takes to get around a guy, and then comboing the dribble to with pick and roll and stuff like that. I found that really useful.
Yeah, you'll be able to learn all the basic dribbling moves, signature dribble moves, basic pick and roll, some of the advanced gathers like overhaul, Euro step, even do some post drills.
Yeah.
Cool. Run the fast break, practice your alley.
Or just shoot around with one player, your favorite player, if you want to figure out his certain animations and his timing for his shot. You can do that. I know some of our guys that play the game religiously, they just love that fact. When they came in the studio and played at a community event, they were really excited to be able to just take Kobe Bryant, for example, a guy Tico. He shout out to Tico. He big Laker fan, big Kobe Bryant fan, and he liked going into the gym and just practicing all the different moves, practicing all the shot timing, step back jumpers, dunks, and everything like that. So I think people are going to really have a good time, and it's going to make you better at the game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, I like playing practice quite a bit, just as like a distraction, trying things out, not the rules, but it's just a cooler environment to get to know your teams and the players you play with. Ooh. Come on.
Oh. Now that was a nice move. All right, some fans in the chat want to know about combo dribble moves. Connor.
All right. So let me just show some right here. So I go hedgy. So I got the regular crossover. 6 seconds. Hedgy to cross, to pull up. There's just like a wide variety. So I go behind the back, cross, hedgy, signature move. Chain a whole bunch of stuff together. We really worked on the responsiveness elements of all the dribble moves. And to really get deep with it, you're going to want to go into the practice mode, whether it be 505, 1-on-1, 1v0, and check them all out. And then also we got a bunch of signature dribble animations, a lot more than what we had in previous or last year as well.
Yeah, a couple people asking to see some kicks. You guys want to go in an instant replay and check out some?
So you'll see again, like as I was talking about earlier, we went ahead and scanned every facet of the player, including the kicks. So you have to hear the white infrared Jordan 6s on DeMar. He likes to change it up, go through Jordan retros or play in some Kobe's. So, throughout the season we can update the game, have them play in different shoes. But yeah, you could see, I mean, even the shoelaces were modeled.
Wow.
These Jordans were pretty unique. They had, the tongue with the 2 holes in it, as well as the little heel thing in the back. Again, you could see all that intricate modeling detail.
Santos, we're going to be updating a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? I got some things to say around that as well.
For sure. Something we're pretty proud of, and it's been part of Live, is our whole live services. So, we're continuing to update the game like we did last year throughout the season. Again, trying to keep in lockstep with all the different stories, things that happen throughout the NBA. So if guys are switching out to new sneakers or launching a new signature shoe, we'll be able to update the game at the same time that they're going to be rocking those kicks on the court. If a guy gets a haircut, changes his look, we could do that. Maybe Connor can talk about some of the other cool things we could do.
Yeah, I mean,
gameplay side.
Even like to touch on your point of the visual stuff, like we did only get to let's say 70+% of the league, but we're continually going out there scanning. Very soon when you pick up NBA Live, you'll notice guys are going to get updated. You're going to get guys that maybe we didn't get to from a scan perspective. They're going to be updated, so visuals are going to improve throughout the year. And then from a gameplay standpoint, what's cool about it, and Santos, you can just hop back into gameplay, is not only what we're planning to do is add a bunch more content. So right now we got the team, a large group of people focusing on signature jumpers, adding more content there. We'll be updating that as we go. But what's also cool about it is we can react to the feedback that the community gives us in terms of what they'd like to see tweak, polish throughout the year. And it's going to be cool for us to change the game as we go. And then we'll also be doing a much better job of explaining what's actually getting updated in the game. We'll have kind of
release notes. When you're getting the live content update, or the update as soon as you're downloading it, there'll be a list of all the things that been updated throughout the game. Like Connor said, there's just a ton of stuff going in. And, we actually just recently scanned a bunch of the teams in the preseason. So we went around, scanned the Spurs Media Day, the Bulls, Heat, Portland Trailblazers, Nets, Knicks. So you'll see a lot of those players have their look updated post-launch, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the live services thing is a big thing for us, and we're really excited about it. One thing wanted to go ahead and plug to you guys is the launch of the game again is on October 28th, but you can also get the demo on launch day, or you can play it sometime tomorrow through EA Access. So I wanted to mention that to everybody as well. So if you're hankering to get your hands on this game, you'll be able to do the trial sometime tomorrow through EA Access. I feel like I've been unfair because Santos has been talking more and now he's losing. So now it's time for a series of questions for Connor.
See, Santos isn't talking and he's still kind of standing. Oh, Serge. One thing we probably should talk through too is what we've done. Not only from like a visual likeness standpoint, but just facial animation, reaction, celebrations, emotion. It's been a big focus for us because it's one thing to get our players looking so much better than last year. It's another thing to get them, so they're not sort of dead zombie faces, like reacting. A lot of cutaways. You can control the frequency of the cutaways post-basket if you want. And then from a facial animation, it's like how they, like whether they say yell, whether they're attacking the basket or some sort of celebration. We want to make sure that that doesn't break likeness and that looks super realistic as well. So it's been a big focus for us. as you've probably seen through a lot of our screenshots. And
Yeah, I think in the trailer we featured some of
Yeah.
the signature three-point celebrations like Westbrook's gunslinger and Melo 3 to the dome. So we've got, a lot of those key celebrations, created for the game. So when you're, in the right spot and you hit that shot, you may just get, Westbrook doing his gunslinger.
All right, for you guys, we actually got a lot of guys in the chat just asking about Ultimate Team. A lot of passionate Ultimate Team guys out there. If you want to follow, we actually have a new Twitter account for NBA Live Ultimate Team, and you can follow it at NBA Live _UT for Ultimate Team. So that's at NBA Live _UT. Make sure to hit them up with a follow while you're at it. Stay up to date on all the latest promotions. And,
signature dribbles. So like I mentioned before, so different players are going to have different signature dribbles. You're going to have, your basic, basic stand across. But if you hold it any direction with, a guy like Westbrook, he's going to have different signature dribbles depending on which direction you hold with your right stick. So if I hold back, you're going to see his back signature dribble. If you're going, holding to the right with the ball in the right hand, you're going to get a signature edgy, or you're going to get a signature cross.
I thought this was kind of cool. We talked about transition a little bit earlier. This is a good example of DeMar catching it and just going up for the finish. All in one smooth motion. So,
maintaining its momentum,
yeah,
which is a big part of what we were lacking last year, and stuff we just absolutely had to fix to make sure that it's a fun, not frustrating experience. And then you see DeMar
posturing a little bit after. He's pretty happy about that basket. So, again, another example of that emotion after the play.
right. Looks really good. All right. Maybe this is the first step in the comeback. Westbrook says no.
He's pretty tough to guard. One of the quickest in the league.
Man, and that signature dribble of his is pretty nice. All right, if you guys are going to build an ultimate team, who do you want?
current players.
It could be legends. You can include legends. One legend per starting lineup.
Any legend?
The legends in our game in Ultimate Team.
All right. For me, strictly video games, I'm going with Allen Iverson. Shooting guard, I don't know. It's a tough one. Maybe I'll go combo. I'll put Dame and at the point guard and Iverson at the 2. There's me stepping through.
That was good.
Yeah. Thanks. And then I think I'm gonna go with KD, power forward. I don't know. Yeah, probably Tim Duncan. And then in terms of the center, I will surprise you by taking Al Jefferson. What? But then that's me on the sticks with all those guys. I won't be. I mean, if we're talking about like all-time best team, that's a different conversation.
Okay. But just in NBA Live Ultimate Team, that's your... All right.
Yeah.
So you just jacked up the auction price for Jefferson. All right, what about you, Santos?
Let's see, one legend. You want to get one legend?
Sure, one legend.
Maybe I'll go with center at the legend. I'll take Shaq. I'll take Lakers Shaq.
Shaq's a good one.
You know, back in play with Kobe. And then current day guys. Kyrie at the point. Would love to have 14 cover guy. Maybe two guard.
Connor's making a case for Westbrook though at the point guard. I don't know. I like him, and I like John Wall a lot. They can get to the basket. I don't know though. That dribble move from Westbrook is pretty nasty. Might be who I'm going after.
2, we have LBJ there.
All right.
3.
Oh yeah, LBJ. That's not very clear.
Play 2 or 3, but at 3, let's go with there's too many good guys. You know? Trying to catch up here. Distracted.
It's all right. Oh, that's not gonna help things. All right, we got any more questions from the chat? I'm gonna try to direct your questions towards Connor. Just kidding. Trying to help Santos out here. All right, guys. What do you say we give away another couple copies of the game? This one's an easy one. I bet you guys won't even be able to answer it. Where is the Tiburon studio located? For 2 copies of NBA Live 15. First 2 people to answer. I bet there are a few people who don't know. But it is where we are currently broadcasting from. He's behind the back dribble. Oh, and stolen.
We're just standing there.
Trying to get my quick play.
So one thing you can do to talk about how you can just hold down
Oh yeah.
the right trigger to kind of
Size up.
size up your opponent.
Hold on, let me just done for basket. Okay, yeah. So another way to make dribbling more accessible. We brought it back from Live 10, which is just holding the right trigger. Santos will do it. Stand around, hold the right trigger, or don't. I'll do it right here. So we have a bunch of moves on the right stick that we talked about. Signature, holds, flicks, bunch of stuff there. But if I just want something, nice, basic, I just hold the right stick, or the right trigger rather, and then you have different size up moves, just straight out of Live 10's page. And it's something actually, funnily enough, came from some of the community days that gave some feedback, and it was something that was kind of cool, easy for people to sort of pick up, and something that they liked from Live 10. So we figured, why not bring it back?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good way to kind of keep the ball away from if you're trying to set a play or set a pick, and you got a guy who's spamming that steal button. You can kind of keep it away from him. I like to use it for that. Our next winners, Butler 123 and J-Bug. They have won. Send us a Facebook or Twitter message, and we will confirm your copy, get your address, and send it to you.
Oh, I skipped that. Sorry, that's my bad. Just wanted to get.
You know what? I think we're going to give away one more set of copies, 2 more copies at the end of the stream after the game ends. So stay tuned. Be sure to keep watching. Oh, just a nasty dunk there. Oh man. I'm gonna show the replay. Why not? I don't even think I've seen that one before.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one before. That's really cool.
Ooh.
And
that was going out.
so the release thing is also based on ratings, correct?
Yes. So you have different timing windows depending on your rating. Yep. And then as well as the animation. But really, you gotta look at top of the arc and try to release it. And then there will be a learning curve depending on who you're playing with, but that's kind of how it's gonna be. How it is in real life, which is cool.
And shot quality, right? It's like if you're guarded, it's going to be a lot harder to make that shot versus you being wide open. So again, that's what those indicator quality bars beneath your feet tell you.
Right, and some guys obviously are going to have a better chance at hitting shots that are even contested than others. Seen a couple of contested, like even Durant hit a couple of contested shots, but KD.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a chance, just like anything, right? Oh.
Superstar call.
Guys, thanks for staying a little later tonight. Decided to stream 2 games. I think people are happy with the giveaways here and checking out some NBA Live 5-on-5 gameplay for the first time. You know, what's been the biggest challenge this year, would you guys say, that you're most proud that, you know, you overcame?
I just think the amount of progress we made in the time we had was pretty amazing for the team. Like, seeing it all, you know, really come together towards the end, especially with, you know, the game coming out a little bit later last year with the consoles coming out later than normal. That made for a shorter cycle overall, and but you know, the team really stepped it up and you know, did a great job in making some huge leaps in areas like gameplay, visuals, and, you know, deeper features within the modes. So that's it for me.
From my perspective, really, it's just like the amount of stuff, like kind of going to what, you know, going off of what Santos said is, you know, not only the amount of stuff that we got to, and what was really cool is, you know, we got the extra 3 extra weeks of time. We got the opportunity to move our ship date, and the major reason was because we did so much, we wanted to ensure that we delivered like a polished gameplay experience.
Right.
And it was really cool that, you know, we got to a place where I feel really good about the polish in gameplay. You know, one of the things that we struggled with all year was, you know, making the game more responsive when you're dribbling the basketball. And one thing, you know, kind of came in very late is, you know, because we did that, it made it a lot harder to guard the basketball, so we had to work, you know, really hard towards the end, because one of our goals was, you know, not only to make it super responsive, but responsive on both sides of the ball. So the fact that we could just, you know, get to the level of polish and balance on both sides of the ball, you know, given, you know, the amount of development time we had and all of the stuff that we've done to the game is pretty cool. Very proud of that team for, you know, getting to where we are now.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that fact that, you know, you don't have as many months as you usually do to work on one due to the, you know, the late release of the consoles last year. But I mean, it's pretty obvious the leap off that the game was made this year.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. All right, guys, stay tuned. We're still going to give away another couple copies of NBA Live 15. Got retails right here. And I'm going to see if Santos can make a run here. I think it's going to be tough unless you hit some threes.
I mean, the guys don't play.
All right, guys, we've also got links underneath to follow us on social channels, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you can check out more content there, especially concerning NBA Live. Be sure, if you're not already, to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. We've also got the LUT Hub. You can stay tuned for all the information concerning Live Ultimate Team. We're going to have more information on the website, obviously. We've got all the player ratings and stuff like that. So, and, of course, the features blog, which goes into detail about Dynasty, Rising Star, Ultimate Team, and all that stuff. Oh, nice. Playing good defense, though. Yeah, there are a lot more camera angles still to explore. You guys can check them out when you get the game. I think buckets. I could tell he was a little bitter about that last game. He was not happy taking the L with the Cavs. All right, guys. As I stated, if you have EA access, tomorrow you'll be able to play the game, and we are going to have a tips and tricks hub right on our website.